welcome back to Cooking with Bee. As featured last week, I did chicken cordon bleu casserole, and on that we topped it with a cheese sauce. So what we decided to do is we made a separate cheese sauce video so that it would be easily referenced if you want to make it for other recipes. As mentioned, it is the base for our mac and cheese, and you can incorporate it into other family favorites. So enjoy the video. Welcome back. So what we're going to start to do now is the chamel base. So what that means is it's going to be equal parts butter and flour, and then you're going to thin it out with a milk. And then here we've got 1 cup of the leftover Swiss, a half of cup of mild cheddar, and to that I like to add a little onion seasoning, garlic, and salt to round out the flavor. So we're going to go ahead and start by cooking, melting down our butter. And then of course a handy dandy whisk to blend all the ingredients together. With your base or your roux, you're going to want to make sure that you've cooked it enough so that it does not contain a flour taste. So by doing that, you're going to make it nice and brown, but not burning it. And then when we go to incorporate the milk, you're going to want us to do that slowly so that it actually incorporates into it and doesn't break your sauce. The other reason why I had come up with this recipe is my husband's family loved the frozen food version of the chicken cordon bleus that you could just take out and either microwave or put in the oven for a quick dinner, and we loved them. So that also inspired trying to make cordon bleu. So as you can see, the butter is nice and fully melted. And to that, I'm adding in our 4 tablespoons of just regular all-purpose flour. And get that incorporated into one another. As you can see, it's nice and incorporated. I'm just gonna give it another minute or 2 just so that I can get some color on it. You don't want that pasty taste in your sauce. I'm just going to give it a couple dashes of onion powder. And pretty much everything in this house gets garlic powder as well. Go ahead and get that mixed in. Because the cheese has salt in it, I'm going to go ahead and hold off to the end to taste test to see if any salt is needed, but I have it just in case. So you can see that it's starting to bubble up and change color. I'm going to slowly start to incorporate the milk. start with a cup of milk and see how thick it gets to be, and I might have to increase it to 2 cups depending. So you can see it goes right back to being thick. Right now. Everything is just so yummy at the end. And as it's starting to incorporate better, you can add more and more of the milk. Now you are going to have lumps. That is okay. You just don't want big clumps. So that's the remainder of the milk. And we'll see at the end of this if it's good to add the cheese or if we need a little bit more milk to help thin it out. So that right there is your basic bechamel sauce. And obviously the longer you cook it, the thicker it's going to be. So now we're going to start incorporating the cheese. Probably a half a cup at a time, just so that it has a chance to melt. And you'll see all of a sudden all the cheese will just start to incorporate. You want to make sure that you're also getting into the corners of your pan so that you don't have burned bits, because then you'll have to start over. Unfortunately, this isn't a recipe that you can start and walk away. You gotta stick with it. Now with sharp cheddar and a regular cheddar and no Swiss, that's the base that I use to make my cheese for macaroni and cheese. So you can see you can change this up and use it in other recipes if you'd like. Ooh. Look at the cheese pull on that one. is thickening up a little too much. I'm just gonna go ahead and add another little splash of milk. Probably another 1/4 cup to 1/2 cup. Just keep whisking. And all of a sudden, you'll see that magical moment where it all comes together. I'm just going to give this another minute or so, and then it should all be good. Swiss definitely is a harder cheese, so it takes longer to melt. All right. We are there. Is the cheese sauce. So spin a little bit over the chicken. And that's it.